Now, while many Aussies are struggling with the cost of living pressures, some of the country's richest people aren't even paying tax. The ATO says 66 people who earned more than $1 million last financial year paid no income tax. They earned an average of $14.5 million and spent $219,000 to avoid income tax payments.
Well, here to explain these mind-boggling stats is ABC reporter Dan Ziffer. Dan, how are these people getting away with paying no tax?
Well, there's probably three ways they're doing it. Now, they might have incurred really massive losses that are being offset against their income. They could have made enormous donations to charity, which are tax deductible, or they might have structured their affairs in such a way that they work out legally how to not pay any tax at all.
Dan, why doesn't the tax office close these loopholes if they exist?
Well, some of the loopholes exist for a good reason. So everyone who's watching can use an accountant to do their tax for them. It'll cost a little bit, they'll probably do a better job, but you'll be able to offset the cost of that against your income. It's a tax deduction. The issue is that the people that we're talking about have all done this very aggressively. In fact, on average, they spend more than $200,000 on their accountant.
I know it's all legal, but is there a way to stop this, or should it be stopped?
So what happened with the tech companies is they used to move their profits from a reasonably high taxing country like Australia to one that's lower, like Singapore, and then they'd essentially charge the Australian group fees back and forth. Eventually the government went, no, we're wise to this. We're going to start taxing you on your turnover. And they could potentially do this with really high net worth individuals.
Wasn't that called a double Dutch sandwich or something? What was that called?
It was the famous double Dutch Irish sandwich, where
There we
essentially
go.
you move. No, the double Dutch Irish sandwich, you'd be here in a country like Australia, you'd make a lot of money from our rich and well-developed economy and all the consumers here. You'd move the profits around the world to countries like the Netherlands that had much lower tax rates and just basically work it out. It's really expensive. It only works if you're making billions of dollars. But if you do it, you can reduce your taxable income here in Australia.
Yeah, it's a great place, Amsterdam.
I was going to say, so it's why Pricey's always going on holidays to Amsterdam.
That's why I love the Dutch so much.
Visit his money.
Now, Daniel, surely there must be consequences to not paying any tax at all, or we'd all be doing it, mate.
Well, there's massive consequences, but the consequences are borne by everyone watching, because the roads we drive on, that ambulances travel onto the hospital, going past schools, you know, the safety we have as a community through the Defence Force and the police, all of this is paid for by our taxes. So people who are avoiding that responsibility are shirking their bit. Now, countries like Sweden, Finland and Norway, they publish the amount that everyone earns and the amount of tax they pay, and it avoids this problem. Everyone pays more, they do more of their fair share, and as a result, they have much better services. They have much better infrastructure because they can afford it because the tax isn't being avoided. So we have to think about tax. No one likes paying it, but it really is an investment in having a better and more equal society.
Dan Ziffer, thank you very much. Have a good Friday night.
All the best, team.